Hey folks, let's learn something new about the oil and gas industry. Oil and gas experts, 5 ways to pick out the best. If you're looking for an oil and gas expert, there's a reason, and usually that means there's a problem, typically a business problem, that you can't solve yourself, or maybe you want a different way to solve it and you need an oil and gas expert to come in and help you. There's a lot of people out there that claim to be experts in a lot of different things, but we've learned over the years there's basically 5 ways that you can use to help pick out the oil and gas experts that you need. Number 1, experience. There's nothing that can replace hands-on experience. There's nothing that can replace years and years of doing the same thing over and over again and doing it well. That hands-on, executable, rubber hit the road experience is so valuable. And if the person you're talking to doesn't have that experience, go somewhere else. Now, that experience leads us to our next thing, knowledge. Knowledge is a lot of different things, right? Knowledge is formal education, knowledge is self-taught, knowledge is things like networking and seminars and traveling and being open-minded. But that book of knowledge is all the tools that your oil and gas expert needs in their toolbox that they use in combination with their experience. Either one of them by themselves may give you some street cred, but those two together is one of the cornerstones of being an oil and gas expert. Then, here's a big one. Our industry, our oil and gas industry, has very low risk tolerance, and rightly it should, right? Because we make mistakes, horrible things happen. But your oil and gas expert has to have a fundamental grasp on his own or her own risk tolerance, right? So there's an old saying in business systems that nobody ever gets fired for hiring IBM or SAP, which is true. But I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of companies out there that go out of business because they made the wrong decision. They went that route, right? So there's a balance there. You know, what is the right thing to do? What is the safe thing to do? Where's the middle ground? If your oil and gas expert doesn't have a good grasp on their own risk tolerance, they can't help you make good, impactful business decisions, right? And then here's one you may have never thought of: creativity. Right? So you have to be creative. Our industry's facing new issues, new problems, new talent sources, new workforce, new government regulations, new geopolitical risk. And so the old ways of solving business problems aren't always applicable anymore. So your expert has to have some creativity. Can he take his knowledge, his experience, and their risk tolerance and combine that with creative ways to solve existing problems in a new, more productive, more financially beneficial way? And then intuition. That intuition thing's hard to measure. That's your sixth sense, right? It's something that is hard to quantify. It's not something based upon your formal education. It's based upon years of doing the same thing, and you start making the right business decisions. We have this happen to us all the time. I'll walk into a new company, they either come ask me to speak or ask me to come in and help them solve a business issue they're dealing with, and within 10 or 15 minutes of talking to their executives and talking to their leaders, my intuition kicks in and starts pointing me toward the problem. And the thing I think is so cool about this is a lot of times it's not something I'm consciously aware of, and it's also not something they're aware of at all. Because they're in that company, because they're in that world, they don't see the true root cause of the problem. They see it as something else. So that intuition is super, super valuable. But that intuition you only get after years of working in this industry. So there you go, 5 ways to help pick up the best oil and gas experts: experience, knowledge, risk tolerance, creativity, and intuition. So hopefully you found this valuable. If you did, take 3 seconds, click the social share buttons that we have here to help us share this blog post. So folks, I hope this helped. We will see you next time.